Tonight I'm going to show you how you can import assets into Unreal Editor for Fortnite. And I'm going to show you how you can customize those materials. Before we get started, just if you want to fix the panning for the camera when you hold middle mouse and drag to pan the camera, you're going to want to open your editor preferences and scroll down on all settings and look for the panning setting. Just uncheck it, make sure it's set to false, and yeah, just make sure the check mark isn't there. It's just weird. I don't know why that's the default. Default in Unreal Engine is it's normal. It's not inverted. Nobody likes inverted controls, so yeah. Let's get started. So first off, if you're coming from Console Creative, you probably aren't familiar with the standard for organizing files in Unreal Engine. So we're gonna start out with that really quick. It's really simple. Just once you're in Unreal, you just right click where you are and you're gonna select new folder. Right? You're going to name it whatever the asset is. I like making folders for each asset. Like you already see on my screen, I have mace for a mace that I imported. So let's say I'm going to do the helmet. It's a Viking helmet. So let's be more specific because we might have more helmets in the future. So Viking helmet. And just like this folder, we're going to have these three subfolders set up in it. So we're going to open Viking folder. We're going to open the Viking folder and make a new folder for mesh. I'm gonna make a new folder for mesh. This is where all your mesh files are gonna go into. FBX, OBJs, UE assets, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's if the Fortnite engine, yeah. All your FBX, OBJ files are going to be in here. So we're going to make the materials folder so we can put in our materials in there. And one more, the textures folder. I like making these folders for each asset. This is how I organize my personal projects and my Unreal Engine Marketplace content, or should I call it Fab now? They're going to merge it with the Artstation store, Sketchfab, and Quixel Mixer. Quixel. So now it's all going to be one place. It's going to be Fab. That's kind of cool, I guess. So materials is going to be where our materials are going to go. Mesh is going to be where our mesh goes. And textures is going to be where our textures go. If you were importing a skeletal mesh with animations, I would make an animation folder. But we're not going to be doing skeletal meshes today. We're just doing a static mesh. Alright, so we're going to open the mesh folder. There's two ways you can import assets into Unreal. So you can check this, the import box right here up in the content browser, and you can navigate to your files. So I usually just copy and paste the directory up here, and then I just pick the object file I want and I press open. We're gonna hit cancel because I want to show you guys the other way I like to do it. So I just have the folder open, and it's as easy as just, where is it? Selecting your mesh and dragging it into Unreal. So if you imported it the other way, you're still going to get this dialog box. So this is in a skeletal mesh, so we're going to leave that off. We're going to leave it set to false. If you are importing a character with like animations, some robot, or that dragon in that demo they showed off, you're going to want to import that as a skeletal mesh. But like I said, we're going to do static meshes today. And we're going to go down. You can generate missing collisions, but You know, if you there's some other ways to do it. We can do another video about that. Because collisions themselves, that's a whole other topic. And then for the materials, right? You're gonna go down. It says material. You can put create new materials because we're gonna make a new material anyway. But I usually just put do not create new material. So once that's done, we just import all. Still loading. And we don't need to care about this. No smoothing groups. I like to pin the message log up here. And it's still imported my textures. I'm gonna delete those because I don't need them here. Alright, and you see that the little asterisk right here on the box. All you need to do is just put Shift Control S and that'll save the asset. Whenever you see a little asterisk like that on the corner of an asset, that means it's not saved. So if you don't want to lose it or you made some changes to it, you're going to want to Shift Control S and you're good. Let's open it to make sure it looks good. Just double click and yep, that's the helmet. So now we're going to go to the textures folder. And once again, we're going to go to our thing and we're going to, once again, you can use either method from importing earlier, but importing textures is different. Like, let me rename this to mask because this isn't an emissive map, it's just a mask. That's just how I paint it sometimes. So we're just gonna import this, drag, well, you don't need all your things. We don't need opacity. We don't, well, let's just import that. We don't need height or this normal map. DirectX is the one we're gonna want. Just drag that there. As you can see, there's no big pop-up here, like when we import the mesh, because textures are different. The only thing we're gonna see is this here. DirectX was imported as a normal map. We're just gonna put OK. You know, that's supposed to do that. And just save it. Make sure you don't lose those textures. So, yeah. You can check them by double clicking, and we know our textures are done. So now we're gonna go back. We're gonna go to the parent folder and go to materials. We're gonna right click in the thing. We're gonna right click on the content browser and select material. We're gonna call this m_base material _parent. Wait. So you don't want to use spaces or any other special characters. Underscores are going to be what you're going to want to use. So we're going to double click to open the material. And this is the material graph. So you're going to see this little message, preparing shaders. It's just loading. So there's nothing on the graph, so it's just a normal sphere. So what we can do is that we can just drag in the base color and connect that to the base color. You're going to see there's a little change. Import the ambient occlusion or AO. Hook that up to ambient occlusion. Metallic. Hook that up to metallic. Roughness. Hook that up to roughness. And of course the normal map goes into the normal. And if you want, you can expose these as parameters. Parameter, name that base color. This one's a parameter. Call it metal. Roughness. Normal. And AO for ambient occlusion. That way you have the base parameters set up hit apply, Shift Control S to make sure it's saved. And now we're gonna go to the mesh, read the helmet, and you can just search for the M underscore base material, and you can apply it like that. Or alternatively, you can click here to go to the folder, or you can just drag it and assign it like that. You know, it's turned out pretty good. But yeah, just like that, that's your first asset imported into the Unreal editor. So if we click here, we can go to the asset and just drag it in, and we can see that it's already in Fortnite. This is a map I made a few months ago that I never published it because they had the creator applications closed. So I'm gonna see if I can get into it now. But this was the simple version of the tutorial. If you want the more complex version, come and join me in the advanced version of it. So, see you there.